welcome to another Glenn Mania Talks Chelsea. A really quick one. I wasn't even going to do one, but some of you said to me, what do you think about the West Ham game? On Sunday it was Chelsea 1, West Ham, arguably West Ham reserves 0. And it was horrible, really. I won't beat about the bush. It was a low tempo, uninspiring performance. I've been on here before and said that the sanctions and the lack of a full crowd maybe shouldn't affect us, but I'm starting to think they do. A friend of mine who watches these, Carl Coop, he won't mind me saying his name, he said to me, Glenn, we are suffering from getting rid of Tamori, Gay and Brozier on loan, possibly Conor Gallagher as well. We're suffering. We could have done with keeping them and they would have got in the side. For whatever reason, whether it's the constant injuries that he's had or Ramadan, N'Golo Kante is not the player we know and love at the moment. I'm sure he'll come back, but it would have been nice to have Conor Gallagher there just to sort of give him a rest. And I'll tell you what, I'd have had Conor Gallagher and Billy Gilmour in that midfield on Sunday after the first 20 minutes, way before Jorginho ever got to mess that penalty up. So we started off with Mendy in goal. We had Chalobah, Silva and Aspie playing in the middle. Aspie was on the left-hand side. And then we had Marco Alonso at left wing back, and we had Ruben Loftus-Cheek playing right wing back. You know my thoughts on him there. But Reece James was in the stand. He had a pink hat on. I don't know if anyone else noticed it, but the Sky reporter just said he looks like a licorice all sort, and I thought that's it. No matter how innocent it would have been, the commentator's getting the sack, but I've heard no more about it, so don't go reporting it because I'd hate to get him in trouble. But it made me laugh out loud in these times where you can't say anything accidentally, anything funny or anything that's meant to be funny without someone taking offence. I just thought you do not say that a black player wearing a pink hat, no matter how innocently, it looks like a licorice all sort. So well done, Sky. When they're all on their knee on Sunday, when you're talking about fairness and equality, you want to look at home a bit more, I think. Kante and Jorginho in the middle. As I said, Kante wasn't up to his best, and nor was Jorginho. He wasn't really at it. He was in crab mode on Sunday. In front of him you had Mount, who I thought played really well on Sunday, and Werner didn't do an awful lot, but he ran his socks off all afternoon. And up front we had Kai Havertz. And in total during that game we had 26 shots. 26 shots. And do you know how many of those 26 shots were on target? 5 out of 26, and there lies part of our problem. West Ham had 5 shots on target, I think it was. Had 5 shots and 2 on target. We had double the amount of passes, 67% possession, and if you looked at that game on paper, if it was a boxing match, you would have said it had to be stopped. But it wasn't like that at all, really. West Ham didn't offer a lot, but they were still always in it. And we just had no tempo, no get up and go, no passion, nothing. It was left to Mason Mount really, and Trevor Chalobah. Good shot from Trevor Chalobah, by the way, as well. Brought a save from the keeper, one of the 5. Not a lot going on at all. Very lucky to get the win. And if we play like that for the rest of the season, we'll be struggling. We'll be struggling to make that top 4. Now, I think we will. I don't think we'll play like that for the rest of the season. I think we will make the top 4, and I think that with Reece James back, hopefully, in the FA Cup final, and Chalobah with some minutes under his belt instead of Christensen, and Rudiger back, hopefully, Kovacic back, hopefully we'll be able to do that lot in the cup final and qualify for the top 4. And for all that we've been through, sanctions, Roman, the works, 2 fullbacks getting injured long term, one very long term, Kante being out a lot of the season injured, and when he's come back he's not been the same. Lukaku giving interviews after about 10 weeks of the season saying he wants to go back to Italy. Everything considered, I think that would have been a bloody amazing season if we come out of it with a trophy and European qualification. I don't really want to say much more about the West Ham game because it was a non-event. It was just a really, really poor performance. I'll score the players. Mendy gets a 7. His distribution was decent. Made a couple of good saves that he didn't really get much recognition for. One where it was whacked across the box. There was a West Ham player running in, and Mendy dived out and caught it on the ground. I thought it was a cracking bit of goalkeeping, but didn't get a mention. He also brought off a decent save as well. So yeah, he gets a 7. Ruben Loftus-Cheek gets a 6. It's not his position. Did okay. Defensively, we would have been open against a much better side. They didn't have much. They've got one eye on that Europa Cup, haven't they? And fair play to them. In the middle, Chalobah gets a 7. I thought Chalobah played really, really well. He had that one slip, didn't he, where he slipped over and could have let them in. But apart from that, sound game. Nice to see him back. In the middle, Thiago Silva gets a 7. Organised them well. A couple of really good blocks. He's getting a bit peed off with some of them around him. You can see that because he's a winner. He wants to win every game. Ashby gets a 5.5. I thought he was quite poor, but no, he gets a 6. He was playing out of position. He was playing that left-hand side in the back 3. He gets a 6. He gave the ball away once when half decent team would have slaughtered us, but he got away with it. Alonso, he was Sky Man of the match, wasn't he? He gets a 7 from me. I'm sorry, I just don't see it. He put a good cross in for Pulisic's goal, which took a deflection. Otherwise, I'm not sure it would have gone where it was going. And a lot of the time, he was passing backwards. He gets a 7. Didn't have to do a lot defensively, which he wouldn't have been able to do anyway. And a lot of the time when he was getting forward, he's got that annoying habit of passing back when he can whack it into the box. Sorry, 7 from me. Kante gets a 6, nowhere near his best. Tried a lot, few good interceptions, but because his standards are so high, he just gets a 6. Jorginho gets a 6. The crab man just passing sideways when I can think of 3 or 4 times when he went to pass forward. 2 went out for goal kicks, and 2 yeah, that was Jorginho's day. Mount's my Chelsea man of the match. I thought the man of the match was the geezer that got sent off, Dawson, for West Ham. A couple of his blocks, blinding. Really, really put his body on the line. Really, really jumped in front of everything. He didn't stop. No doubt about it, he should have been sent off, for my way of thinking, because the rules change, isn't it? It used to be you're the last man, which he wasn't, but he did deny a goal scoring opportunity. Might have got away with it if it had been Werner through. Might have got away with it. But yeah, he pulled Lukaku back inside the area, and yeah, but he was my overall man of the match. But yeah, Mount gets an 8 from me. Anything that was good going forward came from Mason Mount. Should have scored, a couple of chances that he skied, but overall, decent game. He's coming back into a nice little patch of form right at the right time. Werner gets a 6.5. Should have scored, but we all know that. Timo should, shouldn't he? And yeah. I can't even be bothered talking through Timo. He's just an enigma, isn't he? Kai Havertz, not his best game. Kai gets a 6.5 from me. Still had a major contribution. Still drops deep. He has to drop deep, which is a shame. But he has to drop deep and try and get that ball because we're just not getting that ball up to those forwards. It's as simple as that. Whereas Kai will come look for it where Lukaku says, not getting the ball, I'll just stand here and see that changes. So, yeah. Made substitutes in the 76th minute and I was looking at the television saying, what's the point? But that's why Tuchel gets the big bucks and I don't. It did change the dynamic. We took off Havertz and put on Lukaku. We took off Ruben Loftus-Cheek and put on Ziyech. And we took off Werner and put on match winner Christian Pulisic instead, and the rest is history. We got that penalty. Jorginho, I don't know what that was. I don't know what it was. I don't know if he actually kicked it or if the wind blew it off the spot, but it was shocking. Pretty much summed up his day. But we got away with it. Nice finish from Christian Pulisic. He can do that. And do you know what? That's what happens when you pull a ball back. When you look up, not that I think Marco did, I think it was a lucky deflection, but when you look up and pull a ball back and your other forwards are running towards the post, you're going to get that space. Tommy Tuchel gets a 7 from me. They didn't look motivated, if I'm brutally honest. I don't know if they're tired, they're fed up with everything going on around them. They must hear, you know, Rudiger sort of leaving and Christensen leaving. It's got to have an effect on that dressing room. And to me, if I was one of them players, I'd be looking at them thinking, you don't play for this badge, you know, you're not really part of my team. But that's just me. I know they're all mercenaries, so they probably don't think like that. So that's me, as you can imagine, pretty fed up with our form at the moment, hoping we beat that lot on Thursday, and I'll be back talking to you anyway. I've also been asked about Rudiger a lot, so I'm going to do a little special on him. Okay, thanks for watching, and please subscribe to the channel, I really would appreciate it, and thanks for your support. Let me know what you think up to Chelsea.